for your drive there. So expect that delay right around Artesia Boulevard. Just past Auto Center, motorcycle crash blocks the right lane. So that's very crowded now from McKinley. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh has an update on the 105.
Sure do. Got to warn you about the LAX. Now, this is a delay. Listen up. Westbound 105 before Crenshaw. It's closer to Vermont, actually. But a motorcyclist driving with a car tangled car full left lane at times all either over to the shoulder. Now, the westbound 105 stops before the 110. It's going back towards Central right now. So it's a serious delay, actually. Imperial Highway is still pretty good shape. You get on or back on at Crenshaw and then get to LAX there. Also going towards Burbank, North 5 Los Feliz. Right lane and Los Feliz on to the North 5, all shut down. Fuel going to be there for a while back up East LA. North 101 still to the 4 level, but after that, good into the center and the valley. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the Sky. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
Imagine you get into a car accident and you call the insurance company. Well, you might think that that's the right thing to do. Wrong. You know you're hurt, scared, and you want this to be over soon. Insurance companies ask a series of questions, and then they offer you a ridiculous settlement. But just wait until the insurance company gets a call from attorney Sweet James Bergener. That's right. When you get hurt in any accident, you need a respected leader, known for helping accident victims and winning millions for his clients. SweetJames.com. Call 800-881-2021.
SoCal weather from KFI. Partly cloudy for your Tuesday with highs mid-60s at the beaches, mid-70s for Metro LA and OC, upper 80s for the valleys and the IE. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
It's going to be the heat solar sale at Sempra Solaris. Save up to $6,000, zero down, zero payments until 2020. And hurry before the 30% federal tax credit goes away. Locally veteran-owned Sempra Solaris is your solar, roofing, and battery storage solution. Declare your independence from the electric company. Searching for Tesla Powerwall? Call Sempra Solaris, 877-211-5591. Or go to semprasolaris.com. You may pick up tax system with installation for resulting 30% tax credit based on eligibility. Consulting tax advisor, not approved by some restrictions apply. Offer in 6/30/19. See SLPR 7552.
If you love your cell phone but hate your cell service, you're not alone. And now there's an easy fix. All you have to do is switch to Spectrum Mobile. When you do, you can keep your current phone and just update your network. You can even pick the data plan that's right for you. You can pay $14 a gig, which includes unlimited talk and text, or go all in for just $45 a month. And with Spectrum Mobile, that's the price guaranteed. No added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts ever. Go to spectrum.com/BYOD and learn more, or to find a store near you. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply.
Family vacations start the moment you leave home. Amtrak makes exploration part of the destination. Room to play, eat, stretch out, or watch the scenery roll by. Save up to 35% when you travel with 3 family members. Get carried away. Book your trip at Amtrak.com. Restrictions apply.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Smart speakers use artificial intelligence to get things done. But if you want actual intelligence, just ask it to play KFI.
Getting KFI station from iHeartRadio.
There you go. Nothing artificial added.
All right, morning, everybody. Handle. It is a Tuesday morning, June 25. And before we continue with Handle on the news, I just received an email from Fogo de Chão, which is a Brazilian restaurant. Really good. It's churrascaria. Notice how we say that? Brazilian barbecue.
Oh,
You know? All right, so
love it.
now this is the part. You talk about data mining. I've never given them my email. They have no idea what my email address is. But every application that asks where were you born, driver's license, etc., I put down Brazil. They were able to data mine and figure out that I am Brazilian. Therefore, I'm interested in Brazilian barbecue. Boy, is that not scary. When I say they know everything about you.
Maybe they just know you like to eat.
Maybe they do. Now, I understand. Now, Costco, by the way, Costco doesn't have my email. I just let you know, I don't leave my email for anybody. But I shop enough there where, you know, those big welcome signs that you see at various businesses, I walk in, welcome Bill Handel.
You like the norm
on the big banner, yeah. But it's just
that's what they're doing. You go, Bill!
Yeah. Okay, that's one. I just got another one,
You
too.
don't need your email if they can talk to you in person every day.
Yeah, I just got it, by the way, just got a LifeLock member services. Someone is doing something with my credit. I got told it down. Yeah, well, no, it's true. It's true. It's true. I've been with him for years and years. It works.
It's a busy morning for your phone.
Yeah, no, I got another one, too. I don't even remember where it's from, but it's, I'm looking, it's crazy. Brazilian barbecue. I mean, is that insane? All data mining.
Okay, be honest.
What?
Be honest. Are you hungry for Brazilian barbecue?
Now I am.
Okay, just thought it worked.
Totally works.
Yeah, but in a few minutes, what's going to happen? Alex is going to go in and grab me my ham and cheese on a baguette. Okay, let's do it. More Handel on the news. Jennifer Wayne and me.
A man in Oxnard was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after shooting another man in a revenge killing at a bus stop. It was 2016, and Christopher Gaston apparently thought that Christopher Camper, the man who was shot, had stolen drugs and money from him years earlier, and surveillance video shows the two got into an argument just about 20 minutes before the shooting.
No death penalty here.
I didn't even know it was illegal to shoot someone else.
Yes, it's true. Or that's what they do for sport. This is Oxnard. No, it's, we just talked about what's appropriate or what's eligible for the death penalty. This is not.
Supreme Court says law imposing extra prison time for crime of violence is way too vague.
And that is a rule of law, by the way, vagueness. When a law is not specific, it fails for being vague.
But this has been around for some time.
Yeah, it has.
Until now. 1980 sometime, that this became basically if there is, what, a weapon or something?
Well, it depends. Well, no. Here's the problem. A weapon would work because that's a specific crime. Here, it's a crime of violence is the way the enhancement statute works. And the court said that is just too vague. They could have gone either way on that. And what the court said is if you want to add enhancement, you have to be specific. Exactly what? A crime involving a weapon. A crime involving, again, like the death penalty, lying in wait.
But crime of violence, does it have to be an actively violent, but not implied violence?
That's
Nobody knows.
vagueness, right?
Okay, so if they have a weapon, it's because I think this came up because of robberies of some convenience stores, and they were carrying sawed-off shotguns. Now, sawing off a shotgun, the whole reason why you would do that is it sprays the shot further, and so
I
you're
understand,
guaranteed to kill,
but
right?
no, you can't define. If a crime of violence, if they went through the statute, walking into a store with any weapon and being convicted of a crime, that is specific enough. But the language literally says a crime of violence, and that's where the court came down for vagueness. And that's a rule of law. And the courts do not like vague statutes, and they fail. And they just fail. Well, I'm surprised it took this long. Although I would have gone the other way, but that's me.
All right. This one has been driving me crazy. 70 hours of video related to the Jussie Smollett hate crime case are out.
Yeah, we have that on the website, too. Is that on your page, or is that mine?
I believe yours.
KFIA.com, keyword handle.
Now,
And there he is with his news.
here's the thing. If you're being attacked,
Yep.
somebody puts a noose around your neck and pours bleach over you.
Yep.
Do you wait because you have the wherewithal to go, I don't want to take anything off. I don't want to tamper with evidence.
Well, that's exactly it. He wanted to prove to the police that he, in fact, had been the subject, the victim of a hate crime. So he kept the noose. It didn't look like much of a noose. He kept the noose on him. And if you look at the video, the first thing a cop says walking in, take that off.
And the other thing is, you just had bleach poured on you. Wouldn't you be freaking out and going straight to the shower? Bleach burns.
Yeah.
Any girl who has her hair
Yeah.
done knows bleach burns,
And
for God's sake.
wouldn't you be clean?
Wait a second, where was it poured on him, by the way?
Well, he tells the officers, "There's bleach on me."
Yeah, it's a weird looking video, and he's wearing some sweater a la the dude. It's like some weird sweater thing.
Red, white sweater.
And the whole thing is kind of bizarre. But
I mean, I'm just thinking like your human reaction.
Yeah.
You're freaking out.
This whole
You just
thing,
got attacked.
this whole thing stinks to high heaven.
an actor stays in character no matter what.
That's so true.
Great point.
Let's go through
more?
yeah, the Jennifer Deleuze case. Newlands, right?
Missing woman may have disappeared Gone Girl style, says husband's attorney, of course.
Yeah, like that's gonna fly. Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. 5 kids she adored, leaves them, and then goes off Gone Girl and over style. That's what the attorney for.
Also, I don't like references to movies that people may or may not have seen.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty good movie, wasn't it?
I never
I
saw
think it was
it.
Ben Affleck.
It was great.
Yeah,
It was
Ben
a-
Affleck directed that, didn't he?
It was, yeah, so it's a wife fakes her own disappearance and frames her husband, is the premise.
And but this does not look good.
But
No.
what I don't understand is that they're saying that the house, she was last seen on May 24th. Police say investigators believe she suffered a serious physical assault in the garage of her home. Bloodstains were found. They have video of someone who fits his build, her ex-husband's build, and her ex-husband's new girlfriend's build in a car, removing stuff.
Oh, yeah,
How is that not...
Well, because there is no body, and there is no weapon, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to nail him. There's no question about it, in my mind. They've only, by the way,
body, do you, to...
No, you can have enough evidence surrounding it that they're going to get him. And by the way, charges are still pending. Right now, they've been charged with tampering with or fabricating physical evidence, hindering a prosecution. Now, more charges are likely to be instituted. There's no question.
Isn't that scary when your defense attorney starts turning towards fictional?
No, it's not scary. What it means is the case is falling apart. When they start doing this kind of a stretch, that means...
As we've all seen in the Roadrunner cartoons.
That's
Your
exactly
Honor.
it. That's exactly it. We're going to come back and we'll do some soccer news, some reasonably surprising soccer news. I didn't think this was going to happen. All right, Jennifer, you're up.
Officials in L.A. County have started to clean up voter rolls ahead of the 2020 elections. Mail notices have gone out to about 1.5 million inactive voters as part of a massive voter roll registration update. A sake shop owner in San Francisco is so fed up with the parking situation, he's offering a discount to customers who bring in a parking ticket. The shop also offers to run orders out to the curb for those who don't want to fight for a parking meter. And British taxpayers have funded a $3 million home renovation for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. 5 parts of Frogmore Cottage were merged back into a single home for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the newest royal baby, of course, Archie. The Duke and Duchess paid for the fixtures, fittings, and furnishings. We'll take a look at an update on the 91 with the KFI in the Sky next.
All right, now, when you have a light source whole house water system, it is like taking a shower with bottled water. Of course, you would never do that in a million years, but effectively that's what you do, because this water filtration system gives you clean, safe, great-tasting water in every single faucet in the room or in the house. It's much better than a water softener because there's no salt, no maintenance, no filters to change. Marjorie got really tired of lifting those 50-pound bags of salt, especially after her surgery, and she says that's enough. No hard water problems, of course, are solved, and it is so convenient to have water, clean, filtered water from anywhere in the house. We love ours. And the 4th of July sale is here now through July 7. Light Source Water will pay the sales tax. So call 800-334-5009, 800-334-5009. I actually used to have Marjorie do 2 bags at the same time. LightSourceWater.com, LightSourceWater.com.
LA Pacific University is one of the most affordable online universities in the nation. LAPU is 100% online, making it perfect for busy adults like you. Finish your degree now. Learn more at lapu.edu. That's lapu.edu.
SoCal weather from KFI. Partly cloudy today, highs mid-60s to the upper 80s. This report is brought to you by the Los Angeles Pacific University. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. Let's update that crash on the 91.
It's in Corona, 91 westbound after Auto Center. It is a crash with a motorcycle lane blocked. They're waiting on a private tow truck here on flatbed to get that motorcycle out of the way. So now you're sitting in traffic from about La Sierra, so worse than it usually is. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Vaugh, wreck on the 101.
You betcha. San Fernando Valley, here's something that's getting a little bit easier. Now, there was a problem. Eastbound 101 before Haskell, right at the 405. Common place for crashes, all that lane changing. Right lane was blocked. All lanes have been reopened. It's slower and slower. They'll come right from Tampa. If you want to use eastbound Ventura Boulevard, it's in pretty good shape, actually, from Tampa to the 405. Going to LAX, still a huge problem. Westbound, past Vermont. Got lanes blocked there. The backup is pretty much Alameda. It's already slow from the 710. Imperial Highway now, it got kind of busy, especially the light at Vermont, but better than the freeway. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Vaugh, KFI in the Sky.
Traffic is sponsored by MGM Resorts. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
Pool days are better in a cabana, but no cabana rule number one. MGM Resorts Pool Management has the right to totally pamper you. So reserve your cabana at any one of the MGM Resorts 12 Vegas destinations. To book your cabana, visit cabanas.mgmresorts.com.
Have you racked up more than $10,000 in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? You should know. The credit card companies are tricking you into thinking there's no way out. Credit card companies would rather you didn't know that there are ways you can become debt-free, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. There are debt relief programs that help people like you escape overwhelming credit card debt. National Debt Relief has helped tens of thousands of people just like you reduce more than $500 million of debt. National Debt Relief has helped so many people. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan. You have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Reduce a portion of your debt now. Call National Debt Relief at 800-804-0944. 800-804-0944. That's 800-804-0944.
Do you cover your mouth when you laugh? Is your smile holding you back in life? That stops today. For nearly a decade, the Cosmetic Dentistry Grants program has helped hundreds of thousands of adults like you with grants that pay for part of your dental needs. Let us help you achieve a better smile, a better life. Even with a great job in insurance, apply. Approvals are fast. Go to cosmeticdentistrygrants.org. That's cosmeticdentistrygrants.org. See website for terms and conditions. cosmeticdentistrygrants.org.
Sebulba Casino Resort invites you to join our month-long anniversary celebration of winning. We're blowing out our anniversary month with a final day of $100,000 in cash giveaways on June 30th. $100,000 in cash is guaranteed to go all in one day. Every guest has one entry to win. It might be you. Come celebrate with us. Visit Sebulba.com for details.
Tighten and firm up the skin around your face, eyes, and neck with no surgery, no injections, no fillers. How does that sound? Dr. Rispler is a national leader in non-surgical skin tightening, and the combination of technology at LDI can't be found anywhere in the U.S. I wouldn't trust my face to just anyone, and I absolutely love what Dr. Rispler and the team at LDI has done for me, so I know you'll get real results also. And not only can LDI tighten up the skin around your face, eyes, and neck without surgery, but if you have red and brown spots or sun damage you need to get rid of, or lines and wrinkles around your eyes and mouth, LDI is your solution. The best part, your consultation is 100% free. Just call 800-606-6000. Oh, and I have to tell you about Body by LDI. Utilizing FDA-approved technology, Body by LDI can literally give you a butt lift without surgery or killing yourself in the gym. This technology actually strengthens and builds. Call 800-606-6000, 800-606-6000, or book online at getldi.com.
I'm attorney Derek Kavanoki from 1-800-NO-CUFFS. You've heard me say the right to remain silent only helps you when you shut the up. But some of you are still getting arrested. So if you're ever asked, had anything to drink tonight? Shut up. Or anything illegal in here? Shut up. Or did you fall face first into a box of powdered donuts? Please shut the up. The time to speak up is when it's time to call your lawyer at 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Because no one looks good in handcuffs. You know, unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Street Food Cinema, LA's best outdoor movie experience, is going on now. Great movies, food trucks, and live music every Saturday night. Experience your favorite movie on a 50-foot screen. For information and movie listings, go to KFIAM640.com, keyword movie.
Dean Sharp here to remind you the 30% federal solar tax credit ends this year, which is why you want to go solar with Sunlux. Sunlux, a different kind of solar company, which is why they're my solar company. For the best value in solar, go to sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com.
There's a lid for every pot. For every single person, there is a person.
Really?
There's only 7 billion of us. You mean you can't pair off with somebody? Or even find a polyamorous thing? Maybe you get 4 or 5 other people
As
in the whole
Max
deal?
taught us, sometimes there's 2 lids.
Gary and Jazzy are pots. Weekdays at 10 a.m. KFI.
And good morning, everybody. Handel and the morning crew as we finish Handel on the news. Jennifer Jones-Lee. Wayne is not here, but certainly this guy over here is.
Neil?
But that's him too. All right. Neil Saavedra, who happens to be a dear friend of mine. And how many times do I say this guy? Never mind. Let's go on.
Look at this, my girl from Palisadro. Megan Rapinoe final goal yesterday, but the biggest thing about this game is the U.S. is number 1. Spain was 13.
Yeah, and how difficult it was, and it was a penalty kick. The U.S. didn't have 1 shot on goal. It was all penalties.
Yep.
It was a lot tougher than they thought. That was a surprise. We'll see what happens to France. France is a major world player.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
That's the baguette talking.
Yeah, these women are so good at what they do. And I was talking to my brother yesterday, as his daughter, Abby, plays academy soccer. She is a serious soccer player, the kind that you get a scholarship to definitely Division I. She's at that level. And I said, why isn't the men's soccer team so bad? He goes, well, what happens is we have 300 million people in this country. The number 1 sport for girls is soccer, and they live for soccer. The guys go into football, and they go into baseball. Very few relative to football and baseball go in. So what we've developed is a world-class, in fact, 3 years in a row, the best women's team in the world. And then as far as the men's team, I mean, we're down number 57 or something. That was good analysis.
That is good.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you really fast, I told this on Wake Up Call, but the reason why I say my girl Megan Rapinoe from Palisadro, so I'm from a tiny little town called Palisadro outside of Reading, way up north, and my mom used to drive Megan Rapinoe, her twin sister, and my brother to soccer practice when they were little kids.
How cool is that?
Wow.
Yeah. And we had like a 3-seater Dodge van, and Megan and her sister used to just beat the crap out of each other in the backseat, and the boys would marvel at them.
Nice.
Like, those 2 girls are badasses, but they're
Not surprising.
great memories.
Besting Sweden, Italy's Milan Cortina bid wins IOC vote to host 2026 Winter Olympics.
There we go. Yep.
I feel like I should stand up.
And Sweden, I think, again, but the IOC said, Sweden's just not excited too much about it. And another reason is because we don't have any sauna events in the Winter Olympics. So, gone. So, Italy wins. Italy has some great snow. And, of course, it's really fantastic. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's Italian. It's a meatball.
I'm pretty sure that's offensive.
Oh,
That's it?
Yeah. I'm sure.
A meatball?
It's a meatball.
Whole country
You remember
and
that?
culture.
Yeah, the whole thing is meatball. And they don't even have meatballs there, do they?
Not in Milan. Well, they have stews and stuff. They have
But not meatballs. Meatballs were American, then they came back to Italy, and okay, why? Oh, Neil.
Oh,
Neil.
don't even
no,
get me started on the
no.
tomato.
Yes, Neil,
No.
the meatball. How did the meatball created in the United States?
Don't know.
Because the Italians were so poor when they came over that they didn't have, they couldn't buy any quality meat. So they took the scraps and the end pieces, ground it up, and made meatballs. Well, you look at me like I just made that up.
I never know. I've heard your law show.
Exactly.
It could be that I made it up. I think that's legit, though. Let's move on.
Well, the DMV is going to close for a half day. I knew this would trigger you.
Come on.
2 train people for the ID card.
Excellence Training. That's the name they finally agreed to. The first name, which was going to win, is Operation Let's Make the Lines Even Longer. And that didn't work.
Close second, though.
Yeah.
How about Operation Stop Cleaning Your Nails?
Yeah.
How about Operation Stop Being Grumpy?
Yeah.
You have a job.
So they realize that they need service. I don't know why. It's not as if you could go anyplace else.
No,
You know,
have
when you have a retail store, or every time you go on an airline, you have lots of choices. Thank you for flying us. No, it's not as if you can go to a lot of other places to get your driver's license. Thank you for choosing the DMV.
You know what stinks, though? What?
All of it.
The DMV is closed on Sundays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't they open up on Sunday to do training instead of closing when
About working 7 days a week. And
until they get caught up?
Yeah, and effectively calling it a state emergency. I don't know why they couldn't.
I just made my DMV appointment last night. You know how we were talking, it's like 2 months out?
Yeah.
And it's true, I can't get it until August. So if anybody needs to get a real ID or anything,
well, if you
book
start getting
now.
well, this is until 2020, I think October of next year.
But what's the purpose of the Real ID? That's
security.
Okay, yeah, I get that, but is that supposed to be instead of your driver's license, or is it
No, it is
like
your driver's license.
Okay,
it is.
right.
It is your driver's license.
Okay,
You'll
but
see
your driver's license, but in this case, couldn't you just use your passport?
Yes, you can. You can.
So why spend the time in
because
line?
you need it. But here's a real
driver's license.
This. Why don't you?
You know what? I can make this in 20 minutes.
Well, look at all. There's holographs in there.
20 minutes.
Well, that's Neil. But also, you can feel the bumps. It almost feels like Braille.
Okay,
You can still do it.
On my laser machine. I can do this. Okay. You know what? Zero lines, zero weight. I got you covered.
So quick.
I'm
So
coming to
therefore,
you.
if you would like a fake driver's license that looks really good, KFIAM640.com. The keyword is Ford Reporter.
This one actually looks easier than the last one.
Wait, this means you could make me younger on my younger and skinnier on my driver's license.
Oh.
I'm in. I'm going to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take handles and I'm gonna put some hair on it. Wow. You know what? Your picture looks the same upside down.
All right, we're done, guys. So we'll try to get some more news at 8:30. See, this is what happens when Neil is here.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. All
You
right.
came in here with your shiny white legs. I did nothing. By the way, we're putting a camera down there. It's going to be live feed. We're calling it the calf cam.
That's actually pretty funny.
That's just going to be your legs.
Yes. All right. Coming up, Iran's response to the sanctions, and of course, I use air quotes when referring to the sanctions that the administration put on Iran. And we'll be right back with that. This is KFI AM 640.
KFI and KOSTHD, Los Angeles, Orange County,
And our radio station.
Mockery. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The president of Iran has mocked the U.S. in response to new sanctions targeting the supreme leader. President Hassan Rouhani calls the sanctions announced yesterday outrageous and idiotic. In a televised address, Rouhani even said the White House is, in his words, afflicted by mental retardation. He says it's silly for President Trump to say he wants diplomatic talks while also considering sanctions for Iran's top diplomat. Handel's going to talk more about this in just a moment. In the meantime, U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton says all options remain on the table if Iran breaks the 2015 nuclear deal. Bolton was asked in Jerusalem today about Iran's threat to exceed its limit for low-enriched uranium by Thursday.
We'll see what the Iranians do. It would not be in their interest to do it, but they've done a lot of things recently that are not in their interest.
The U.S. has left the nuclear deal, but it's still in force with Europe, China, and Russia overseeing Iran's compliance. Bolton says President Trump's recent decision to call off a military strike was a mark of restraint, and Iran should not mistake it for weakness. On this day 10 years ago,
a person with knowledge of the situation says Michael Jackson has died. Michael Jackson, of course, the former king of pop, one of the most famous men on all the planet.
On June 25th, 2009, crowds of fans gathered outside Michael Jackson's rented mansion in West L.A. and outside UCLA Med Center where he was declared dead. The doctor for Jackson was later blamed for giving him a lethal dose of anesthetic. Fans had gathered at Jackson's former home, his grave in Glendale, and on his star of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. One group plans to hold a rally declaring Jackson's innocence of child abuse. In a world where electrical equipment needs to be replaced, plans have been made for major construction on the west side.
A traffic nightmare has returned.
And we are hoping this will be Carmageddon too.
LA City Councilman Paul Koretz says crews will be digging up Sunset
to do a major DWP electrical upgrade.
Eric Hardman with DWP says the project extends for a half mile.
We'll be closing down 2 lanes basically in the center of Sunset.
It's Carmageddon 2 on the road for the next year.
It's not going to be bad at all. It's going to be great.
On the west end of Sunset Boulevard, stay the hell away.
In LA, Chris Ancarlo, KFI News.
The Dodgers have announced they'll extend their stadium safety netting. A girl was hit in the head by a foul ball Sunday while sitting in an area past the current netting. An elderly Dodger fan died after being hit last summer. The team says new netting will probably be up by the end of the season. SoCal has cashed in on its love of sports.
The Los Angeles Sports Council says the industry supports 40,000 jobs. Mayor Garcetti says sports events brought in $6 billion last year.
We've shown that this is a town, 18 million people in this region, that love sports.
He predicts the Olympics here will be one of the rare money makers.
We made about $250 million in '84, and I think we will make at least $1 billion in that for 2028.
Andrew Mullenbeck, KFI News.
And a former executive for the Sacramento Kings has been sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for embezzling millions of dollars. Jeffrey David was accused of taking more than $13 million from 2 of the basketball team's sponsorships accounts. He used the money to buy 2 beachfront properties in Southern California. Those properties have been sold, and the money was returned to the Kings. Let's see what's up with this crash on the 57.
It's in Brea on the 57 south at Lambert Road. Now, it appears everything is off to the right shoulder, but it is definitely a squeeze from the 60 on that southbound 57. And then it's going to stay pretty rough to the 22. If you got your KFIs on that, give us a call. They're off Saving Time traffic line, 888-500-5003. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by Injury Attorney Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, we still have trouble in Los Feliz.
Well, we sure do. If you just join us now, this is the drive towards Burbank. North 5 Los Feliz, right lane, and the Los Feliz on to the North 5. It's all shut down. Been that way since pre-dawn. A great problem. The backup now, the North 5 is from the East LA interchange, adding to the tough drive that already is there. And the North 101 was a good alternate, no longer. Make the call. You're going to be late on either drive. It's just a crawl into the San Fernando Valley. And much better news now, head towards LAX. Westbound 105 past Vermont. All lanes have been reopened. Still real slow, though, coming away from Alameda. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the Sky.
Fountain Valley on the 405 south at Magnolia, and somebody broke down here at the truck in the right lane to watch for. Pretty crowded from the 22. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
This hour of the Bill Handel Show is brought to you by Lift Team. Call Lift Team for a complimentary consultation at 800-846-4000 or visit liftteam.com.
More clouds and cooler. Your forecast is next.
Now, when was the last time you went to the dentist? And if you have the loose, missing, decayed teeth, good chance that it's been years, sometimes even decades. Once you reach critical mass, your teeth are really falling apart, neglect kicks in, and there you are with this mouth of yours. So, to turn that around, Cunning Dental, the implants, new permanent teeth in a day while you sleep. Literally, walk in the morning, they put you out, put you to sleep, and then a few hours later you wake up with this brilliant new smile. I mean, teeth forever. And you don't have to do dental work either. That's it. You're going to die with these teeth, and they're going to be beautiful. And now through July 31st, Cunning Dental is also giving you a $1,200 discount for the new permanent teeth in a day procedure or other selected dental work. And includes a free dental exam with CT scan when you first walk in. Call 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE. Now, pound 250 on your cell, say Cunning Dental. Pound 250 on the cell, say Cunning Dental.
You're back at the mechanics again. You need to call LemonLawBoss.com right now and get the pros on your side. California has the toughest lemon laws in the country, and LemonLawBoss.com has helped thousands of customers get a refund or replacement of their vehicle. In as little as 5 minutes over the phone, you will know if you have a case. Best of all, you'll never get a bill from us. So don't wait. Call 888-LEMON-28 right now. That's 888-LEMON-28.
LemonLawBoss.com. We get you paid.
Your KFI financial report, the Dow is down 57, S&P down 6, NASDAQ down 26, gold is $14.35 an ounce, and oil is $58.15 a barrel.
Here's your first alert weather forecast. Mostly sunny and warm, 80s and 90s inland, partly cloudy and cooler at the coast, 60s and 70s there. Temperatures continue to stay within range of normal through Wednesday, but then heat up Thursday and straight through the weekend as the marine layer shrinks. I'm meteorologist Shana Mendiola with NBC4's Today in LA.
64 right now in Brea, 60 in Mission Viejo, 61 in Silmar, 62 in Downey. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
All right. Morning, everybody, on a Tuesday, June 25. Big stories that we're covering. The border facility, those 300 kids out at that border patrol station in Texas, a huge scandal there. Talk about that. Michael Jackson, 10 years ago today, he died. And I remember specifically where I was at. It's not one of those, where were you when President Kennedy was assassinated, or where were you when 9/11 hit, but it was fascinating, and I'm not even going to tell you where I was, unless you really ask.
Where were you, Andrew?
Oh, no, you have to really ask.
Andrew, where were you?
I don't remember.
That checks out.
Hey, it wasn't 9/11! All right, let's move on. Yesterday, Iran responded to the sanctions that the United States placed on Iran. And this was, of course, in response to the 2 tankers that were attacked at the Strait of Hormuz. One, I think, was Saudi, one was Norwegian. No, one was Japanese, the other one was Norwegian. And the president called this sort of minor. It wasn't any big deal. Then, of course, the downing of the Predator, the drone, that was a little bit of a bigger deal. And the president almost, and came within 10-15 minutes of ordering a military strike on Iranian military facilities. And he pulled it back because he was told 150 Iranians would die, and he said proportional response is not a military attack where people die because of the drone being shot down. All right, so what they did is the United States came back with sanctions, even more sanctions, as they said. And that is grinding Iran down with really tight, strong sanctions. But here's the problem. I explained this yesterday to you. There are sanctions, and then there are sanctions. There are serious sanctions when an entire industry is stopped from doing business. For example, the oil industry in Iran. Oil cannot be sold to us or to any ally, and the clearinghouse, which I explained, how Iran or how any country is paid hard currency for their oil, that was shut down, Iran's ability to use that. That's a real sanction. However, a lot of sanctions, like in this case, go against individuals. So, for example, here's part of the big sanctions. The Ayatollah can never come to the United States. How's that for a sanction? And any assets the Ayatollah has in the United States will be frozen. I mean, how many turbines do you think we have in the United States? We don't. So that's one of the big sanctions. So it basically is a crock. But now it's all words. Iran comes back and calls the U.S. sanctions outrageous and idiotic, and warns that now the path to diplomacy is permanently closed. That's it. You're done. And the United States comes back with, no, it's not. We're still willing to talk. The path to diplomacy is still open. And it's fantastic. They're going back and forth. President Hassan Rouhani called the new restrictions against the Supreme Leader outrageous and idiotic, showing the certain failure on the part of the Trump administration, and it just keeps on going on and on. And it's a personal attack. This is Donald Trump attacking his opponents when he was running for office. That's what Iran is doing to the United States. And I love this stuff. We talked about we're talking about Iran calling the president mentally retarded. That's the use. That's the phrase that was used. And it's just open. Now, what do the Russians do? The Secretary of Russia's Security Council, keep in mind, the Russians have always been on Iran's side, right? Iran has the Russians clearly on their side, and here's what the Russian said. This guy, Nikolai Patrushev, Secretary of Russia's Security Council, he is in Jerusalem, and he said that Russia has military intelligence showing the U.S. drone was in Iranian airspace when it was shot down. And remember the evidence that the United States came up with, that sort of grainy video that showed this Iranian gunship, and you had the sailors pulling off the limpet mine that had not exploded on a tanker? Well, he said that evidence is of poor quality and unprofessional. This is great stuff, isn't it? So we now know that the Supreme Leader cannot come to the United States, cannot spend money here because we'll take it, and also several other of the major players are being, quote, sanctioned. Same thing with Putin. Every time that Putin does something to Russia, and I think it was as a direct reaction to the interference of the Russians in our elections, and this wasn't President Trump, because he kept on saying Putin's a friend, I believe Putin. At the same time, the sanctions were coming down, but the same sanctions. This circle around Vladimir Putin, the oligarchs, who have taken insane amounts of money, are given whole businesses, I mean entire sectors of the economy they own and control, and they have billions of dollars.
Saw a car out of the carpool lane. Heavy delays there from the 91. That stays slow till you pass up the 55 to about Teston Ranch Road, and then it gets better. Looks like they've cleared the lanes on the westbound side of the 105 at Crenshaw, so that's not from the carpool in the left lane. Still pretty heavy delays out of Linwood from the 710, and they are still working on the problem in Los Feliz. On the northbound side of the 5 just past Los Feliz Boulevard, they have the right lane blocked off as they continue to clean up a fuel spill, and that drive is jammed up as you're coming away from the 10 freeway. The traffic report is sponsored by Raging Waters. Live for summer at Raging Waters Los Angeles, California's largest water park. Live for thrills on Aqua Rocket and High Extreme. Save up to $8 on tickets with coupons from participating SoCal Carl's Jr. locations. That's your traffic. I'm Tony Jordan, 104.3 My FM. Don't forget your chance to win $30,000 coming up at 7:25 with What's That Noise on Valentine in the morning. What's that noise?
A recession here in California, even while we're doing better than we ever have. And we have a multi-billion-dollar reserve. Is that going to be enough? Probably not. And I'll explain what could happen. It could wipe it out, literally in a matter of hours. This is KFI. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee.
The man accused of stealing a statue of Marilyn Monroe from Hollywood has a prior conviction for destroying President Trump's Walk of Fame star. Austin Clay pleaded no contest last year to the star smashing. The Marilyn Monroe statue was sawn off the top of the gazebo this month. If convicted, Clay could be sentenced to 3 years in prison. Amazon Prime Day is almost here. It's scheduled for July 15th and 16th. It's the 5th year for the Black Friday-like sales and deals that pop up every few minutes. And Cuban music will be heard all throughout downtown LA this weekend. The Cuban American Music Festival will go on this Sunday at La Plaza near Main and Arcadia Street. We'll take a look at your drive with DKFI in the sky and better news on the 210 next.
All right, summertime is already here. I'm in my summer uniform now, my shorts and my mantle, so we know it's going to start heating up. And that's the fun news. The news that's not so much fun is going to be your energy. It's going to be crazy. Your air conditioning is going to run 24/7, and it's just an expensive thing. So what can you do about it? Well, how about a solar system from Sunlux, a company that I chose, Pete Sharp chose, program director, so many people here at KFI. Sunlux is an easy choice once you talk to them. First of all, there's new technology. There's super competitive pricing. This is the last year for the full 30% federal tax credit. Next year starts dropping. And Sunlux, after it was recommended to me by Dean, I talked to them. I go, this is easily the company I want. First of all, their pricing is competitive. There's no question. And they have all of the different systems, purchase or lease. They have 0% down options. And the difference is they customize the system. That is so great. Well, you'll see. All right, now pound 250 on the cells, say Sunlux, residential, industrial, commercial, and roofing, since most solar is installed on roofs. Pound 250 on the cells, say Sunlux. Visit sunlux.com, CSLB license 1008374.
Why sit in traffic when you can enjoy a stress-free commute? Ride with Metrolink and make the most of your time. Visit MetrolinkTrains.com to find your nearest station and learn more about how Metrolink can get you to work on time, stress-free. Take the train. Take Metrolink. SoCal weather from KF5. Partly cloudy today with highs mid-60s to the mid-80s. This report is brought to you by Metrolink. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. It's clearing up on the 210.
Well, in Rialto on the 210 West after Ayala had a big fire here. They had a couple of lanes blocked, and now it's just the right lane. So they're still cleaning up there, and it is just a little bit of slowing from about Riverside Ave, and it gets a whole lot better after the same. Now in Silmar on the 210 eastbound before McClay, hearing about a vehicle fire here. I can see there's also backup from about Roxford Street at this point. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Boss, Waterman Break, downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah, sadly, this has been going on for a long time. If you just joined us now, listen up. It's a big one now. Just east of the convention center around the Fashion District. Main Street is closed in between Olympic and 11th. Super busy for this, for sure. Broadway, Stampede Road, Grand, North and South Travel will help you out. Eco 12 and 9 all the roads from east-west. It's really getting to be tough around that area. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Check for KFI in the Sky.
Traffic is sponsored by Fostering Homes. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robbie Banks.
Thousands of kids and teens in LA County need foster parents. Fostering Home can help you decide if becoming a foster parent is right for you. Visit fosteringHome.org to learn more or to attend an upcoming free informational event.
Balance of nature. Changing the world. One life at a time.
You guys have a great product, and I know my friend better, and I was actually talking to the guy the other day. I just met you, he takes it. So you put out a great product, and I want to thank you and your organization.
I just started using it, and my family's already seeing the difference. And I have health issues. I have fibromyalgia, asthma. All of a sudden, everything's clearing up, and I'm feeling better, and my skin's better. My brother said I look 10 years younger already.
Wow. Okay.
Vision is clear. I already see the difference. People are seeing the difference, and my doctor's seeing the difference.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. For a limited time, you can receive a 30% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code KFI.
This 4th of July, Sensei wants to help you celebrate your independence from your old mattress.
My mattress is so lumpy that I fall into the crack.
I wake up every morning and I have a broken back.
But Sit and Sleep saved us from that old dust mite-filled bed that we've been sleeping on. Larry, Larry, hallelujah. Other mattress stores will try to fool ya. Larry, Larry, hallelujah. Our sleepless nights are gone.
It's Sit and Sleep's Independence Sale. Save up to 50% off with luxury mattresses normally $15.99, now just $7.94. Take up to $500 of Tempur-Pedic-Breeze mattresses, and with your good credit, sleep interest-free for 36 months. And Sit and Sleep has FedMatch technology that matches you with just the right mattress. Sit and Sleep will beat anyone's advertised price, or your mattress is...
Hey, it's Jennifer, and last week I was chatting with one of the guys here at the station about my Chevy Colorado, and he mentioned how he thought women who drove trucks were extra cool. But any woman who drives a truck knows it's not for guys. I drive my Chevy Colorado because it makes me so self-sufficient. I love it. I can shop as much as I want, haul anything I want, and I don't have to think twice about all the stuff fitting. I also love that my Colorado is so reliable. I can take off and go anywhere. If suddenly I'm like, hey, let's do a day trip to Big Bear, off I go, not worried about whether or not I'm going to get there. And if I want to take the dogs on an adventure, all I have to do is load them into the back seat of the Chevy Colorado, and we're on our way. And our destination really doesn't matter, since the Colorado is the most fuel-efficient mid-size pickup on the road today, getting 30 miles to the gallon. So get out there and enjoy your summer in a Chevy Colorado. Just head to your local Southern California Chevrolet dealer. They're priced so affordably, this is a great time to buy. Or learn more at SoCalChevy.com. That's SoCalChevy.com.
It's going on now. The one and only RV show at the Pomona Fairplex this year. Entitled Find LA RV Show. Find hundreds of new and pre-owned RVs from America's #1 brands. Priced to sell. Get huge dealer discounts. Up to $97,000 off the RV of your dreams. Easy financing on the spot. Zero down available during the giant LA RV Show. Going on now at the Fairplex in Pomona. Don't miss it.
Retirement should be one of the best times of your life, and it can be, as long as you're not worried about money. Join us at a complimentary Retirement Plans of America seminar, and we'll show you how to protect and maximize your retirement savings so your money lasts as long as you do.
Next seminar, Tuesday, June 25th at Hill, Manhattan Beach.
At Retirement Planners of America, we want your money to last as long as you do. Learn more at rpoa.com.
Have you ever wondered, how do the smartest marketers cut through the noise? I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. And on my new show, Math and Magic, I'm sitting down with the day's most gifted disruptors. When I did this, people thought I was crazy.
There are really no other rules aside from, no full frontal nudity. Go out there and do it.
I don't like to follow the trend of things. iHeartRadio is #1 for podcasts, but don't take my word for it. Find Math and Magic on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
That's what I'm saying. It's a dilettante. Dilettante's a good word. Now spell it. I don't have to spell the fancy words I use. John and Ken, weekdays 2 to 6 on KFI. And this is KFI Handle here. It is a Tuesday morning, June 25. Oh, by the way, we were just talking about Michael Jackson. Today's 10-year anniversary since he died. And I was joking that I know exactly where I was at. Most of us do. And I said, oh, no, I don't remember. Actually, I do remember. And I was in Paris when he died. We went to, it was in the evening that day, went to the Eiffel Tower. There's a huge plaza in the Eiffel Tower. Thousands of candles were lit. I mean, this whole area, acres, just huge number of candles, which I thought was kind of interesting. That's how famous Michael Jackson was. And then the headlines, end-of-the-world headlines in the French paper. Michael Jackson escort. And at first I thought it read, Michael Jackson's middle name is Mort. And then I found out, no, that just means he's dead. Okay, let's just move on. California and our budget. So, we have money, we're awash in money. We're sitting on a $21 billion surplus. And we have paid back the money that Jerry Brown had to borrow short-term because we were at a $26 billion deficit when Jerry Brown was the governor. This is during the Great Recession where no one had any money. And so here we are. We have so much money, incidentally, that we have been able to pay off all of that debt and still have $21 billion in the bank. And so, therefore, we should have plenty and not a problem. Well, not so true. First of all, it's a $215 billion budget.
Call Martin Legoff.
Away, because it still owes, it's still in huge deficit. That's one problem. The other problem, which affects us more and more immediate, is all we need is one more campfire, Paradise Fire, and that can wipe out our emergency reserves, literal.
Call my only love. Okay. Hi. So I made it through Angel Crest Highway and I'm almost downtown. Yeah, what time is it? God, 7. Oh my God, that's like an hour. Shit. I'm coming up to Echo Park right now, so. Were you on the phone? Oh, you work already? Oh, okay. All right. How come? How come? How come you work so early? Which house? Anybody there? Anybody's there? The reason why you're there so early, or are you going to be training somebody? You should make a trip to the Ronald Reagan Museum. They have some kind of exhibit, I think, that like. All right, I'll let you go, babe. Sound like you're busy. Okay, bye.
Million residents, but more than 20% of its registered voters are considered inactive. That's why officials are now sending notices in the mail to about 1.5 million people. The LA County Registrar will then use responses to eliminate names of anyone who's moved, died, or may be ineligible to vote in 2020. The massive voter roll cleanup is happening statewide. It's a result of a lawsuit filed by watchdog group Judicial Watch to keep California records updated. In LA, Monica Ricks, KFI News. News is brought to you by Reborn Cabinets. State lawmakers have been considering a new bill that would eliminate court fees for former inmates. The Families Over Fees Act would get rid of thousands of dollars in fees for people just released from jail. State Senator Holly Mitchell represents part of LA County and says people are going into debt with these big bills.
Yeah, 6 to 10 grand per person. They're recognizing I've already served my time. I've served my time.
Mitchell says a similar bill was passed in San Francisco last year. The bill's already passed the state Senate, but still needs approval from the Assembly. Horse deaths and protests at Santa Anita have gone in different directions. Unofficial figures show horse deaths in the last year were well below average. PETA's Kathy Guillermo says more awareness led to outrage this year.
I think the reaction on the part of the legislators and the public has been unprecedented.
The deaths led to rule changes in several canceled races this spring. Santa Anita wound up having the fewest deaths in 8 years. More fire-damaged trails have been restored in the Santa Monica Mountains.
The trauma of the Woolsey fire is still apparent.
The land's basically got third-degree burns.
But National Park Service Ranger Melanie Beck says crews have restored all the trails in Zuma and Trancas Canyon. Those crews, though, they had to reshape trails because of the fire's scoured the vegetation anchoring the hillsides.
All that rubble comes loose and falls down on the trail. It could possibly also fall down on your head.
Beck says there's still a lot of work to be done, including rebuilding 6 miles of the Backbone Trail.
We need to let them heal the way you would want to heal from third-degree burns. You can help it by staying on the trails.
In Thousand Oaks, Chris Ancarlo, KFI News.
And former Texas Democratic Congressman Beto O'Rourke has caught up some buzz with his presidential campaign by proposing a war tax. O'Rourke, who has no military experience, says families with no military members should be taxed to fill a trust fund for veterans.
That will pay for the care of those who have borne the battle in those wars. One, it ensures we fulfill our commitments and meet our end of the obligation. And two, it might make America pause before we enter that next war.
Other Democrats, including Bernie Sanders, have supported a so-called war tax in the past. We're taking a look at a stall now on the 105.
It's in Willowbrook on the 105 westbound. Before Wilmington Ave, the right lane is blocked with this broken down vehicle. So we expect that to be very crowded from the 710. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, more on the 5 in Los Feliz.
Boy, that 105 been something else this morning. All right, if you just joined us now, this has been playing for a long time, and we don't want you to get involved, or if you do, at least make the call. The problem is going towards Burbank. North 5 at Los Feliz, been the right lane, and the Los Feliz on to the North 5, all shut down. It's a big cleanup from a rig problem, a spill, actually. And now it's really jammed from the East LA interchange, even before that point. And for a while, the North 101 was the way to go, but no longer. Again, just hang in there and make the call. It'll probably make you late. And a terrible surface street crash, we're just getting word of, right near El Camino College. That's just off Alondra Park. Crenshaw and Manhattan Beach Boulevard, an overturn right in the middle of the intersection. Avoid it if you can. Any surface street will work. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the Sky.
So we're going to crash in Kelowna on the 91 westbound after Auto Center. The right lane is blocked here, so that drags you back to about McKinley. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
There are 14 areas of fat on the body that are almost impossible to get rid of. Your stomach, love handles, thighs, back, under the chin, arms, knees. Boy, aren't you a mess, huh? But the board-certified plastic surgeons at Liftique are offering their Snap-Back Lipo procedure at 50% off. And the Snap-Back Lipo, Liftique Snap-Back Lipo, say that 4 times less. Liftique Snap-Back Lipo. Snap-Back Lipo can give you that sculpted and contoured shape you want this summer by removing nearly 100% of the fat rolls while helping your skin snap back into a more youthful shape with their clinically proven skin tightening technologies. Of course, you'll still never wear a bathing suit, but you will look better. And Liftique, the Snapback Liftique Lipo works for both men and women. And the surgeons are all top tier, and they listen, they tailor a plan for you. You'll see how much time they spend with you. Physical results guaranteed. And now through July 31, all patients, new patients get 50% off savings on any Liftique body procedure. Call 800-846-4000, 800-846-4000. Visit Liftique.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. It's a partly cloudy Tuesday. Highs will be mid-60s at the beaches, mid-70s for Metro LA and Orange County, mid-80s for the valleys in the Inland Empire. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
You only need a few days of 90-degree-plus weather to remind you how hot this summer is going to be.
And here in Southern California, summer goes full bore into September, probably October. Listen, now is the time to go solar with SolarMax. $49 deal.
SolarMax is extending their $49 a month deal until June 30th. Yes, a SolarMax technology 15-panel system, just $49 a month.
Even if we do get a few clouds mixed in there, solar panels will produce enough energy that you're still saving on your electricity bill.
$49 is SolarMax's lowest offer yet. SolarMax can offer that price because they do everything under one roof, and they pass the savings on.
SolarMax, the only company that designs, engineers, and assembles their tariff-free solar panels in their California headquarters.
So get on board now with SolarMax's June $49 deal and save. But hurry, the offer does end June 30th.
Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say SolarMax. That's pound 250 SolarMax, pound 250 SolarMax, or visit SolarMaxTech.com. Monthly payment available on approved credit. CSLB number 97204.
Hi, it's Dr. Wendy Walsh. I have to tell you something. I used to fear shorts, dresses, and bare legs. Summer was my worst season. That's why I got my varicose veins taken care of. And And West Medical can erase your varicose veins quickly with their advanced treatments. They now accept Medicare and work with most PPO insurance. Call 1-800-WEST-MED for a free consultation. That's 1-800-WEST-MED, 1-800-937-8633, or visit westmedical.com.
I feel incredible because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
Is to beat the heat solar sale at Sempra Solaris. Save up to $6,000 zero down, zero payments until 2020. And hurry before the 30% federal tax credit goes away. Local and veteran-owned Sempra Solaris is your solar, roofing, and battery storage solution. Declare your independence from the electric company. Searching for Tesla Powerwall? Call Sempra Solaris, 877-211-5591. Or go to semprasolaris.com. Rebate based on size of system. Awarded after installation. Programs resulting 30% tax credit based on eligibility. Consult your tax advisor. Approved by the Tax Advisor.